What's going on? It's your boy, Brother Allen. I'm back with another one. Do me a favor, check out the entire video, but go ahead real quick, like, comment, subscribe. You can wait to the end to see for yourself, but I want to know what you think down in the comment section too. I do read the comments and I do respond. So let's get into it right quick. I got a special one for y'all today. Why? Because this one's for the ladies. All right. I don't really do a lot of videos for females like that. All right. Because I believe that women are best to mentor women. But since I did have a woman ask about what happened, what she should do when all right, let me restart that. Since I had a lady ask me in the comment section, what should a woman do if a man cheats? We're going to discuss that today in this video. All right. So now, I gotta preference everything by giving a few disclaimers at the beginning of the video, okay? Because my audience is going to be women. And of course, men, you can listen to this too to get some insights. But my target audience is women, so I gotta approach this with a different caveat and different disclaimers. This video may trigger some women. That is not my intention. I'm not trying to trigger you on purpose. All I'm here doing is I'm just a messenger here. I'm just a messenger delivering data, facts, and statistics. I'm not trying to piss you off. All right? So the data may upset you. I'm just warning you that. But it's just me delivering the message, the truth of the situation. I'm not trying to upset anybody. But sometimes the truth hurts. All right. And secondly, men and women, contrary to popular belief in Western society, men and women are not the same. Okay? So what that means is women and feminine attraction triggers are different and separate apart from masculine attraction triggers. And vice versa. You know, things that turn off. You know, females have ick factors. Men have things that turn them off. Those things are different based upon the sex of the person. All right. So while things may apply to men, they may not necessarily apply to women and vice versa. Why? Because men are men and women are women. All right. I had to clarify that because with a Western feminine audience that may be watching this, they may not understand that there's a difference between masculine and feminine attraction triggers and turn off triggers. All right, so now with that being said, let's dive into it. All right, what should a woman do if her husband or her boyfriend cheats on her? All right, now it's going to be a little different from the men. Okay, if you didn't guess that by now. Excuse me. If your woman, the good and your man, your husband, okay, your lover cheated on you, stepped outside of the union. All right. The good news is it is a lot easier for you to fix as a female. That's the good news. So if you do want the relationship to work out, it is exponentially easier. Okay, notice I didn't say it's easy because it's not going to be easy. Your man just cheated on you. All right, that in itself is difficult. So it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be a whole lot exponentially easier for you to fix that as a woman and for the man to fix that. Whether it would have been vice versa the other way around. Okay, so the good news is if he's the one that cheated, if he's the one that stepped out, it's going to be a lot easier for you as the woman to and the man as well, because he got some work. He has all the work to do, really, if he's the one that stepped outside. I mean, you're gonna have some things to do too, because, like I said, your man just cheated. You're devastated, right? So that's gonna take a whole lot of internal strength and really some supernatural strength on a divine level. Is going to take the Most High God to help you to be able to rekindle that relationship. But it is easier and it is a lot more possible and a lot more successful if the man cheated for the woman to get that relationship back. Okay. Now, why is that? Well, because a lot of times, let's just face it, being as a woman, you guys tend to be a lot more attracted to the man. Okay. Um, guys leave at a drop of a dime if a woman cheats. You cheat, oh, I'm out of here. They can't handle it. That's just being real. Most men cannot handle and cannot tolerate a female cheating. They gone. But you see women, and you hear it in the old school love songs and all that of how you know time and time again how the man cheats, but they keep taking them back so many times. All right, you see the bad relationships with the the toxic relationships where a lot of times it's the woman that's dealing with the man that keeps messing up over and over and over again, but she takes him back. All right. So women tend to be a lot more attracted in a stronger way to that opposite sex. All right, than what the men are, and especially because cheating kind of takes it has a very sexual connotation. Okay, and with men, let's be real. I'm just being realistic. Sex, or I don't know if the YouTube's going to flag me for that, but sex is very, very pivotal. It's a huge part and a very strong priority for men in a relationship. So for you to, uh, so for a man to step out sexually, for a man to have his woman step out sexually, it hurts him a lot more. Okay, now bear with me. Like I said, this could be a trigger warning, but psychologically speaking, because men are much more sexually driven, it hurts men a lot more than it hurts women when once a woman steps out. That's why he can't handle it so much. That's why he blows up so much. That's why it's just best for him just to be like, look, I'm out. I don't know. I know. Just know. Just know. Just go. Before they do something they regret, they just rather just go. Whereas the women are more so they're more attracted in a stronger way, and their more attraction triggers more so with many other things. Sex is or sex is one of many different attraction triggers. Men have about three main ones. I call them three X's: sex, sandwiches, and sweetness. You can sexually pleasure a man. You can cook and feed and nourish a man, and you can be nice, sweet, and nice to a man. You basically got him for life. But with women, they have a whole plethora more of things that they're attracted to: height, muscular build, uh, income earning potential, provision, um, smarts and wisdom. Uh, Also, his character. Is he charismatic? Does he have riz? He has that charisma. Um, is he socially accepted? Do women also does he get the approval of other women? That other validation from her peer group. I can go on, and that's just six right there. There's so many more attraction triggers that women have. So when the one man cheats, now I know I'm going on tangents about why, but the thing is, okay, now you want to know what should you do? Okay, so I recommend that because you have leverage of having this being easier to solve. All right, I'm not saying easy, but it's easier to resolve that relationship and bring it back together. I do recommend for females that, especially, especially my women that have children, that you work out the relationship, at least for the sake of the children. And this is why I say that there was a very big practice back in the day. Couples just stayed together for the children and they split once like the children kind of grew up and moved out the house or what have you. But that is the duty of family, okay? And because it can work and men do want to have the family more, that's the reason why we say main chicks and side chicks, because the man does want to have that family, even though he may have stepped outside. Don't get me wrong, men can be dogs, and there's men that act like they want a family, but they really only want one thing from the woman. You know what that is. But for the most part, men do want to have that family unit, and they will course correct a lot of times. You know, when you apply the pressure, you got to let them know that you're highly dissatisfied, and you can put leverage to threaten the fact that you'll leave too, right? Granted, it is easier for it'll be easier for him to rebound, which brings me to my second part. And when I say rebound, I'm not talking about rebound to another person. It's actually easier for the woman to find another person than it is for the man to find another person. But what I'm saying is financially rebound. That brings me to my second point. You have to weigh in how much is finance for you. Because if you have a man that's doing very well, chances are he has a lot of options, and he's going to be the chances of him cheating and stepping outside the union is a lot higher. Uh, uh, yeah, that's just the truth. You dating uh, Joe Schmo from Walmart versus freaking Chris Brown, or a professional football player, they're going to be making a lot more and be able to have a lot more women on their side and have a lot more chances and opportunities to step outside of the marriage or the relationship. Um, so you have to decide, do you want to go back and live your regular life? Do you want to go back to poverty or whatever situation? You might have been living good, who knows? But you wasn't living rich, who knows? You got to decide, do you want to give that up and go back to your regular situation? It sounds bad, but excuse me. But especially like if you have children and they might be doing well off, it might be better off for you and the child to stay versus leaving and struggling and y'all having it way worse out in life. If just for the sake of the child, all right? So it's a lot more complicated for women, but it's a lot more easier for you to resolve the situation. So I do recommend to resolve it. Now, but you got to do the work on your part too, which some women, they might not be able to because it might affect them too much mentally, especially if it's a habitual habit where the man keeps on repeating the pattern of cheating. For that, I don't recommend women staying in that. That's just toxic and that's just bad. If he cheats over and over and over and over again. Fool me once, shame on, once, twice, but three times is like, come on, bro. So but God gives us unlimited amounts of forgiveness. All right. But at sometimes there will be a day where he like, all right, stop. I'm coming to judge. So do you also, as a woman, have to have a point where you're like, no, I'm not just going to be a STD farm down here for you to come bring back other diseases from freaking off with random women. All right. So for your own safety and your own health, if he's showing if he's showing a pattern of cheating for your own health, get out of there. All right. But if it was a slip up here, maybe there, and you're pushing it, if you're doing it over and over, if it's a pattern, I don't recommend it for your own health and safety. If it's a slip up and you believe and honestly he's making an effort to change, as a woman, definitely work that out. Especially if you got children, work that out, because marriage is, people forget this part, for better or for worse. And this is different from my men video because like I said, women are kind of wired different, and once they kind of cheat, they kind of self-destruct the relationship, and it's almost irreparable. But it is a lot easier the other way around. All right, so that is my take on it. I want to know if you think something different. Down below, let me know. Or if you agree, shout me out down below. Peace and blessings. I'll catch you on the next one.